Good evening, viewers. Welcome back to yet again another episode of Career Chronicles, where of course we provide you with expert advice from industry trailblazers and profile local figures that are making an impact. My name is Elliot Ipinge, and stay tuned for the first segment of the show.
Okay, I'm here at the Namibian Coffee Roasters. So this is the roastery where we specialize in coffee here. So anything from your coffee, you can imagine your coffee, roasted coffee, blends, white labels, services of coffee machines, coffee equipment, capsules that we manufacture here. Anything you can imagine we do here, but mostly we specialize in roasting of coffee. All the other things are available here as well. So I'm Dion Vermeulen. I am the owner of the roastery of Namibian Coffee Roasters. We've been operating from 2014. I bought the roastery over about 3 years ago, and then we're now starting to push out the brand to everyone to get it known. But more than welcome to pop by. We are situated in Lazaret 64, Julius Nyerere. So you guys are more than welcome to come by and have a look. Okay, so when we're looking at the type of coffee that we are doing, blends or do we do single origin coffee? So we do both. So blends are more specialized in something that we're trying to achieve with a flavor that we're trying to get out. So blends we do, like the espresso blend that we're currently doing, and a lot of other blends like the 50-50. And then we do a lot of single origin blends. So Tanzania, Kenya, you can imagine there's a lot that we're doing here. So we have quite a few single origin coffees that we do, as well with different roasting profiles. Okay, so coffee machines that we are selling and that we're looking into. So we do from home use coffee machines, from the Nespresso machines, normal bean to cup machines, normal espresso machines. This is all home-based coffee machines that we'll use, up to office machines, and then hard industrial machines like for service stations or high volume machines for restaurants. So we do any commercialized coffee machine we do specialize in. We do after sales services from the machines as well. We don't just sell a machine as well. We also service it, and after the warranties, we also cover the services. So from home use up to hard industrial. So a lot of times we get asked where the coffee comes from, or what coffee we are using when we're roasting coffee. So this is quite an interesting question because we use coffee from all around the world. That's a lot of African coffees that we use from, like Tanzania, Kenya, Rwanda. We have great coffee from Malawi that we're currently doing as well. So coffee from all around the world, mostly African coffees that we're working directly with some of the farmers. Some of the coffees we don't work with the farmers, we will get it from a wholesale supplier. Like for example, like coffee from Brazil, we don't just bring in a whole container. That's something that we work directly for. But mostly we work with the farmers directly, and then all coffees around the world you can imagine, you'll be able to get it here. So when we're looking into installations of coffee machines and then services of coffee machines, yes, we do installations and we do services as well. So when we're talking about installation, so let's say you buy a coffee machine from us, or you need services where we provide installation of a coffee machine, yes, we definitely help with that. We also provide training on the machines that we do install, but installation services, those we do as well. So when we're looking at services, we do all brands of coffee machines when it comes to coffee machine services, and we're looking into installations as well. We do all of the installations as well. But what's quite important is when we're looking into services of coffee machines, whereby if a machine is bought, we have a service time, and then after the service warranty expires, we also do the after sale service of these machines we sell, and then a lot of other machines that people are struggling with to get serviced. So when we're looking at coffee equipment that we supply, so we do everything when it comes to supplying of the coffee equipment as well. That's your taps, pitchers, it's your scales, everything you can imagine we are supplying in the coffee field. If we don't have it, let's say something very specific, we'll be able to get it ordered as well. But most of the specific coffee equipment we do have, like from V60 siphons, all of those things we do. And then also not just the equipment that goes with the espresso machines, but small things like plungers, mocha pots, those things we also sell. So when we're looking in, when machines comes in for a service, if we look at the turnaround time, so if it's very fast and a machine that's bought by us and the equipment and space that we do have, normally the turnaround time is between 2 or 3 days. Depends on what's wrong with the machine. If it's just a service, it will come in today, it will be ready tomorrow. But normally it's not just a service. So the thing I always explain to a customer is when they do bring in a machine, it's normally already past service, it's now broken. So when it's a broken machine, it's a bit more of a difficult situation where we need to repair the machine. So what happens is machine will come to us, We will service the machine, or first we'll do a diagnostic to see exactly what is wrong with the machine before we just fix it, and then it's enormous bill. So after diagnostic, we will fix the machine. After fixing the machine, we will multiple times test the machine until we're happy, and then we'll let the client know the machine is ready. And after the machine is collected, we normally have a 1 month warranty on our services. So when it's breaking in that time with the same reason, we will fix it for free. So this is something I quite get asked a lot, is especially if you're working with seeds and nuts, how do you keep it separate to keep it safe for people that's allergic to seeds and nuts? So there's a big difference. So when coffee is definitely separated, the fields that's harvesting and farming the coffee normally don't do nuts. But when they do, we normally get a sheet that says, listen, the supplier or this farm is working with nuts as well. So we don't use those coffees. And the coffees that we use in the roasters, we don't roast anything except coffee within the machine. So no nuts, seeds, anything comes near the roasters. So it's only coffee that we're working with. So the clients should not have a worry about having any issues of that from our roastery. So our Nespresso capsules is quite an interesting topic. So we took a long time to get the capsules to a point where we are very happy with it, because we are making the capsules ourselves. So it's not something that we do abroad or anywhere else. So we are manufacturing the capsules here. So with the capsules, we have a few flavors that we currently do. It's light, medium, strong, and decaf. It's all blends that we do that's really, really nice and really enjoyable. But we can do basically any coffee in a blend, so it's not a problem for us. But the thing is that we took about 2 years just to get the recipes and things sorted. Currently now we're very happy with the product. It makes your cup nice and full. It's aluminium capsule. A lot of people prefer using the aluminium capsules, which is not a problem. Um, it works perfectly. So these capsules are Nespresso compatible, and it'll work really perfect in any capsule machine. Okay, so we do have a showroom for the coffee machines. People that are looking into buying a coffee machine, this is a very important thing before you buy a coffee machine, because it's quite a big investment. So before you just buy a coffee machine, please come by, have a look at the showroom, talk to us. We can give you a lot of information about just purchasing a coffee machine, because the biggest problem is when people especially when they buy a coffee machine, after you purchase the machine, who's going to do the services? Is the parts availability there? Is it going to be after the warranty? Who's going to look after the machine? Because it's not a machine. You're not buying it for 1 year. You're buying it at least for at least 10 years. Is the quality of the machine really a good quality machine? So this is a very important thing as soon as you go down the line, by when you are looking into buying a machine. Talk to the experts, people that's been in the field for a long time, people that's working with the machines, especially a lot, that's having service rooms that can tell you, listen, out of experience, this is not a good machine, or this is a good machine. So this is something we do have the showroom here available. It's more than welcome to come by, look into the types of machines we have, test the machines, get a nice feeling of, is this something you like or not? Is it in your budget, in your price range? Because a lot of people are buying a home use machine for office, and then it breaks within the first 6 months, and then people don't really know what is a warranty and what warranties cover, because this is a really interesting thing. So especially if you look into warranties and breakdowns of machines, so warranty doesn't always cover everything as soon as the machine breaks. So for example, if a warranty will only say, listen, machines are under warranty, but it's only PC board or a brewing unit that's under warranty, but the rest is not, or the other way around. And this will cause a major issues, especially if the machine breaks and you need to take it back. And then it's normally fight um, with wherever you bought the machine. So to avoid those issues, better to come by, talk to us, let us give you nice advice, and also a nice idea of what you're looking into when you do buy a machine.
And welcome back, viewers. For today's Spotlight segment, I am joined by Mr. Sakaria Megameno, who is the co-founder of Blue Junkies and the founder of Lucid Menos Upholstery, Carpentry, and Joinery. Sakaria, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Elliott. I appreciate this opportunity to showcase my work and craft.
All right. So just to get this started, Sakaria, just tell us more about your journey in establishing your upholstery business. Where did it all begin for you?
For me, it all began back in 2022 in Soweto, next to Amiela Kawash, where we still have a base there where we make furniture. So I ended up being friends to some guy called Vincent Muyumba, who has some knowledge in furniture. He has done joinery for years and years, and he allowed me to learn the things that I'm doing right now, which is furniture and carpentry. And from there on, I just took it for myself. He gave me the blessings to do my own things, and yeah, we're here now.
Okay, and what really inspired you to pursue it and make it into your own business? You know, we find lots of people that are just going the conventional way of going to university, studying, looking for a job, but are not really having that perspective of being self-employed and starting their own businesses. So what really was the stepping stone for you?
I think I was blessed to be born in a family of business-minded people, first and foremost. And secondly, is just the current situation in Namibia, whereby we have a lot of unemployment and a lot of people that are having degrees, but they still haven't gotten on their feet. So for me, I'm very inspired by business and entrepreneurship because I love doing things that change the world and make money, and also just providing the best services for people. And for me, furniture is like a form of art. So I love art, I love making crafts, putting things together, and I'm also just in a way of, you know, making new things and new products. So I'm inspired by new things. So I'm trying to make new items and new furniture for people.
Yeah.
And also just try to change how the people think when it comes to business and entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of you would obviously need to acquire skills to do such work.
Yeah.
Did you receive any formal training, or was this the skills you acquired, was it through shadowing people, or did you go through any formal structures?
Basically, when it comes to handwork,
Yeah.
it's something that you can just learn from
Yeah.
watching and practicing. So I was fortunate enough to be in the spaces with people that do this type of work, and allowed me to just experiment and try my own things. So from there, I started watching attentively, trying and just making mistakes until I get better every time. For the past 2 years, I've been just learning and trying to perfect my craft. Until today, I see some small mistakes and small glitches, but I still try to make it better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of capital, obviously, Zakaria, you know you would need equipment to get you off your feet, equipment and just to create these products. How did you manage with this? Did you get funding, or how did you acquire these funds to start up?
So I was just doing a thing of renting out services, renting out machines, renting out people's time, so to say.
Yeah.
And then eventually I ended up saving enough to get my own machines and doing my own, you know, thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had no startup capital, and as a business, it's very important to have a startup capital. But if you're not fortunate enough to have one, you just have to save up and make it for yourself.
Okay. And in terms of your business growth and for the future, you say currently you guys operate at a warehouse.
Yeah.
So are there any plans for expansion, or are you only situated in Windhoek currently?
Yeah, the plans of expansions are in the pipeline. We are planning on opening a branch in my hometown on Dangwa.
Okay.
But currently we have about 4 locations here in Windhoek that you can find us at, which is at BJ, at Company, in Soweto, and here by Dubai Lounge.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you touched on earlier about funding. As an entrepreneur, funding is very important.
It's very important.
So what were the major challenges you really faced thus far in terms of establishing your business, producing quality products? What are the challenges you faced?
There's certain challenges, like when you have people that are working for you, sometimes they have to understand how the business is running and where the business is running.
Yeah.
And it's hard to pay people when there is no money to pay the people. So
Yeah, exactly.
you have to sort of make them part of the business, so they also have a feeling of making the business grow and paying themselves out with the skills that we are sharing and the assets and everything. And due to the fact that we are no capital was funded into the business. We just had to grow our own capital. You understand?
Okay. And in terms of your unique approach to things, there are various upholstery businesses out there.
Yes.
There are quite a few of them. So what really makes yours different from your competitors? What will draw a client to your services?
Our services are one of the best services in Windhoek. I cannot say we are the best, but in terms of client base and product quality and just making sure that the client gets the product that they want, and we also deliver our items, which makes us different from most people because it's a challenge for people to actually transport their items from workshops to their places. And we also have all the various designs that you can. Give us any design from Pinterest or anywhere, you name it, we make it.
Okay. Yeah. And I'm just wondering, you really get lots of clients that want creative concepts. So where do you get these ideas, or how do you get this approach to really create creative ideas that no other person has created this product? What drives this creativity?
It's just that thing of being an artist from my upbringing.
Yeah.
And just trying to create new sounds, you know, experimenting with waves and all that.
Yeah.
It's the same principles that I put in the furniture now, because I'm trying to create art at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I have to make something very nice and creative and different so that even when the next person sees it, they are like, oh, where did you get this? Let me get that too. Or, you know, different type of art in furniture.
And in terms of your business is very diverse. You say you also do joinery and so forth. Is there perhaps your biggest project that you can reflect on and that you were proud of?
Yes, multiple projects. There was a project that we did in Ausbahnplatz. We had to do some tables, dinner tables, like 7 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a very big budget, and we pulled it off. And it was a very big milestone for the business, especially to the joinery side.
Yeah.
And just doing a lot of built-in cupboards, because it's something very nice to do. And it's a milestone for the joinery part of my business. With the upholstery and carpentry, we've done quite a lot of like playgrounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those are also big milestones. With the furniture and upholstery, it's just these couches for these clubs.
Yeah.
Like 20 couches or 30 couches, you know.
Okay.
And then we have to
and
deliver.
Just to touch on the Blue Junkies concept, which is very unique.
Yes.
I personally remember during my tertiary education years, Blue Junkies was something that we were really amazed by, that there's a junkie, but it's so sweet and different.
Yes.
So tell us, how did you come about with this concept?
My business partner and I, Colin Saipinge, had an idea of Blue Junkies, and I helped him create it and brand it. So we had to be different because we are both artists. He made a junkie blue and put icing sugar on top of it, and it cost $3, which is basically like a donut.
Yeah.
So we just had to do it because there was a market that we'd recognized for junkies, and we had to revolutionize, make it different.
Yeah.
So it just happened at the right timing, and
Okay.
Blue Junkies.
And in terms of that journey, what were the major challenges you really faced as well? Because I did see that there were some corporates, Bokomo, that were willing to sponsor the whole process because of the unique approach to it. So what were some of the challenges and the accomplishments as far as Blue Junkies is concerned?
Blue Junkies per se is something very different and new, so it was very hard in the beginning to convince people to try a product that they've never had before. So once they could recognize that it's safe and it's good, we had to fund the business now and start doing more expansion and everything.
Yeah.
So the challenge with Bokomo and Bagpro and all these brands is just them reaching out to us, having a meeting or something like that.
Yeah.
But we are open for any endorsements, so to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the biggest success with Blue Junkies is just it actually becoming one of the biggest brands in Namibia, so to say. We have sold over 500,000 units in the past 5 years or 4 years. And we had a very good run, you know, so it's a very good accomplishment. And back again to the Bakpro thing, we appreciate the packages that they gave us back in 2023. There's a lot of units of packages and they're almost done. So it shows that the business is actually running.
Okay. And the final question I have for you, Zakaria, sorry to put you on the spot, but what next in terms of Blue Junkies and Zakaria's, pardon me, and Lucid Menos upholstery? What next for it? Are there any plans in the pipeline that you would want to let us in on?
Yes, for now, for the two businesses, it's just expansion in terms of demand and supply, and having different locations all around the city and different branches all around the country. So for us to achieve that, we first have to get to that place and build a whole community around it, you know, and then we can actually do it. So the next big thing is just expansion. Okay.
Thank you so much, Zakaria, for joining us today, giving us this invaluable insights on how your entrepreneurial journey has come thus far.
Thank you so much, Elliot. I appreciate this.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Zakaria, who is the founder of Lucid Menos Upholstery, Carpentry and Joinery, and who is also the co-founder of Blue Junkies, who was just here on the show to shed some insights on what it takes to really balance the entrepreneurial spirit with artistic expression. Pardon me. Stay tuned for the next segment of the show. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes us to yet again another episode of Career Chronicles. If you missed this episode, you can catch the repeat on oneup2.com. From myself, Elliot Ipinge, it's good night and see you next week.